Right, the pond's near enough full up. Slowly filled this over the last couple of days. All the fish seem fine, bar, you guessed it, my Becco again. It's got a bit of ick come again, or white spot, whatever you want to call it. It's down there. I don't know if you'll see. It's not stopped him eating though. Got like a pock there, and on the side he's got like a grain of rice sort of thing. I think it's the other side. Ooh, there. I don't know if you can spot that, but yeah. So I'm just wondering whether to treat with PP or if it's going to stress him too much because of obviously losing all the water and stuff. Right. Also, my float valve came the day after. It won't be staying there because if it gets caught up in that bloody water mint or whatever it is, it's not going to help me, is it? Also, I've done a slight modification to the filters. I'll take you around there and I'll show you now. Right, as you can remember the other day, this wasn't moving. I know it needs to build a biofilm up and mature up and everything, but I just thought that media, that other media being this stuff, it just hooks together and it just locks up. So since I've removed that, it all seems to be moving lovely. What I'm going to do with all this, I mean, I didn't realise how much I'd put in. I don't know how many litres these Gorilla buckets hold, and then obviously there's that one as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into this barrel until I get my gravel, which is sort of acting a bit like a what do you call it? Oh, I can't think of the word now. Vortex. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a piece in there to stop the media flowing back out. I'm going to put the plastic media in there for now. It might move, it might not, but it's still got bio on it and I don't want to waste it. So all I've done is I've constructed another one of them. Just a little section of pipe with some holes drilled into it, and this little net pot thing in the end. You could stuff some jack matting or anything in there to block it. So right, I'm going to add all that media to that barrel now, and I'll get back to you in a sec. Well, that was a fail. I put all that media into that and it just went and overflowed. It must restrict the flow so much because it's all goes in all directions, but yeah, everything's running pucker now. This is starting to move, so hopefully once that matures up a little bit it'll all move and I can add a bit more. This one now has got alpha grog and then some filter floss on top because I haven't got the fine gravel in here, so I put that filter floss on just to catch any fines coming off the gravel. That one is just acting like a vortex again because the inflow, I don't think you'll see it, but I've aimed the elbow that way so it's circulating the water. And then the first chamber, which I showed you yesterday, is just gravel, different grades of gravel and out through there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's working at the minute. I'll find a use for all this media somewhere, probably on the fry tank now. I'll repurpose either this one or my grey one for the fry tank. But yeah, I did a water test this morning. Chlorine was at 0, I think. I'll have to show you my test kit. Actually, I'll get that test kit now and see what you think. Yeah, so tested all my parameters. They're all fine. My tap water is like high in nitrate anyway. It's nearly at 20, so hopefully like these plants will start kicking in soon. But yeah, everything else is at 0. This is what I've been testing my chlorine with. Whether they're any good or not, I don't know. Obviously I'm not going on where that says okay at that level. That's for a pool or spa. But mine's been coming up 0, maybe slightly towards this second one, but yeah, I don't know if they're any good or what anyone recommends. Just give me a shout. But yeah, float valves in. Now I don't know if you'll see this. Hang on. Let's see if we can pick up anything on there. Hang on, let's move the controller here. Right. Now, if I push it down, boom, off, lifesaver, and let it back up. Let it let it back up. Yeah, oh there you go, it's on. So yeah, that's doing the trick. So if the water level drops below this shelf, this first shelf that the lily's on, the pump for the main filter will cut out. The skimmer will still run, but that can only drop me down like however low. This will be going soon because I've been listening to James's nightmare about how much stuff it's collecting. Although because mine's out of the ground, I do empty it and clean it out properly, but I don't want that nowhere near my pond anyway. I want this ideally on a bigger pump, going to a shower somewhere. But it's going to be awkward to place it, because if I place it there, well, I don't know actually, placed either there or possibly there, if I left a gap for the skimmer, would look fine. Like, oh yeah, I've whacked my little IP camera on there just so I can keep an eye on the pond when I'm not here. Well, that's where we am today, guys. Crisis averted. Let's just hope the new pond syndrome doesn't kick in soon. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. I just wanted to add on to this video. I've just gone down there, test my float switch every now and then. I thought, right, I'll just make sure that weight's not going to roll off the shelf, you know, and then render it in not working, whatever. I've put my hand near the weight like that, and bzzz, I felt like a mild electric shock. It's from China, right? So I don't want it to shock the fish. I don't know. It's staying in there for now. Any advice, guys, give us a shout, man. Speak to you soon.